Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and Season 2 is rapidly approaching for Black Ops Cold War, and today, Treyarch decided to dump an absolute metric ton of information on us in the form of a brand new trailer, a new blog post, as well as, of course, a full roadmap, which is on your screen right now. In this video, I'll do my best to quickly summarize everything that's going to be happening with Season 2, starting with what's going to be there at launch on Day 1 on February 25th, and then, of course, cover the content that is set to come out later on in the season, because seasons themselves typically last anywhere from 2 to 3 months. Let's kick things off here with what's going to be there at launch. So, of course, we have a brand new Battle Pass, and in that Battle Pass, we will have 100 tiers, including the new Operator Naga, as well as 2 weapons. The FAR 83 Galil Assault Rifle is going to be available for free on Tier 15, and the LC-10 Submachine Gun will also be available for free on Tier 31, just like we saw back with Season 1 with the Groza as well as the MAC-10. We will have new maps coming out with Season 2, though unfortunately only one of them is going to be there at launch. The only launch day map is going to be Apocalypse, which is basically going to be this temple in the jungle in Laos, and of course that's where they think Alder is, and apparently it's going to be a pretty weird map. I'm seeing a bunch of leaks and rumors talking about it. Apparently it has some serious Black Ops 1 vibes, which sounds amazing, but unfortunately that's going to be the only launch day map for Season 2, so we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. There will be new game modes coming out with Season 2, of course. Gun Game is going to be the only one that's available right away, but it is nice to see that Gun Game is going to be returning. The Death Machine Score Streak will be there on Day 1 as well. Of course, this was cut from the full game, so they could drip feed it to us over the course of the Black Ops Cold War lifecycle, but regardless, I suppose it's nice that a new score streak is going to be coming to the game, especially an iconic one like the Death Machine that takes us all the way back to games like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Now, moving away from multiplayer, unfortunately, that's pretty much it for multiplayer. We basically get one new map, we get Gun Game, we get the Death Machine, and then, of course, the stuff that's on the Battle Pass in the form of a new Assault Rifle and a new Submachine Gun, but that's pretty much it, at least for the launch week when it comes to multiplayer. But Zombies looks pretty freaking insane. This seems like they're really trying to push Zombies with the beginning of Season 2, because to start, we have Zombies Outbreak. It's going to be a new large-scale Zombies mode set in the Ural Mountains. Now, to quote the blog post directly, we see, continuing the Dark Aether story, Outbreak takes place across massive play spaces throughout the Ural Mountains, packed with new enemies, team objectives, player rewards, and intel to discover on foot, in vehicles, or by jump pads. Whether it's hunting down elite enemies using a satellite tracker, escorting a rover that detects dimensional portals, or holding out against zombies in a confined Dark Aether zone, agents of Requiem will need to complete these investigations before they can exfil, or risk entering a Dark Aether portal to a new region for even more rewards. So that definitely sounds pretty interesting. If nothing else, it's going to be a new way to experience zombies and a new way to do challenges and get camos in zombies. And overall, this actually does look like a lot of fun, but also keep in mind with this update to zombies, we have the addition of a new field upgrade in the form of the Frenzied Guard, which sounds a whole lot like a giant decoy you can throw down for a couple of seconds to revive a teammate or get yourself out of a bad situation. We also have a new ammo mod called the Shatter Blast, which makes all bullets you shoot deal explosive damage, and each bullet also has a chance to explode and deal additional explosive damage and destroy armor. That sounds pretty insane. It's basically designed to get rid of those pesky, annoying armored zombies, and that actually sounds pretty good. There's also going to be a pretty massive update coming to zombies when it comes to skill tiers as well, because skill tiers 4 and 5 are going to be coming to weapon classes, field upgrades, perks, as well as ammo mods. If you played zombies whatsoever, then you know right now we basically have up to 3 skill tiers for all those categories. Well, skill tiers 4 and 5 are going to be coming out at launch as well, which gives zombies players a reason to grind those crystals again. And I also think it's going to be pretty wild to see what these 2 additional upgrades are going to be for every single perk, every ammo mod, every field upgrade, as well as every weapon class. That's going to be pretty insane, guys. I mean, maybe they're going to make it so the zombies have more health to kind of compensate for this, or we're going to become ridiculously powerful in zombies. One of those things will likely be happening. And finally, when it comes to Warzone, there are going to be a bunch of new points of interest on the Verdansk map itself, which is good for Warzone fans, as well as there's going to be a 90-player variant of Rebirth Island Resurgence, which is going to make that map even more hectic than before. That pretty much does it for all the content that is going to be there during the launch week of Season 2. So now let's go ahead and talk about what's going to be coming out throughout the rest of the season of Season 2. And keep in mind, we don't know when this stuff is going to be happening. Some of this stuff could be coming out in weeks 2 and 3. Some of this stuff could be happening in weeks 9 and 10. We really have no idea when this stuff is going to be coming out, but this is stuff that has been officially announced by Treyarch and Activision, so it is confirmed to be coming out during Season 2. We have 4 new weapons. We have the ZRG 20mm bolt-action sniper rifle, as well as the R1 Shadowhunter crossbow, coming out later on in the season via free challenges, as well as store bundles, just like we saw with some of the post-launch weapons during Season 1. We also have the shovel, as well as machete melee weapons, also coming to the game, and just like the other weapons, they will be available via free challenges and, of course, bundles within the shop. Now, this is where it kind of sucks. We have 3 new operators that are going to be coming out, along with Naga, who's going to be on the Battle Pass. These operators are going to be Samantha Maxis, Wolf, as well as Rivaz. Did I pronounce that correctly? Probably not. But here's the thing. All 3 of those operators are only going to be available in the shop. That's pretty damn lame, if you ask me. We have 3 new maps that are going to be coming out mid-season for Season 2. We have Golova, I think I pronounced that correctly, which is described as a multi-team map. When I first read that, I thought they were bringing back multi-team from Black Ops 2, which would be amazing, but apparently when they say multi-team, it's going to be meaning that that map is available for multiple different kinds of modes. So it's apparently going to be available in both 6v6 as well as combined arms, as of course we do see vehicles being used on this map in the trailer. This map is described as a typical Russian village with some secrets, of course, because it was designed by Drakovich himself, and we'll see how that plays out. Looks like a pretty meh map, if I'm being entirely honest, and the fact that it's going to be there for combined arms and 6v6 most likely means that it's likely not going to be the best map ever, because it wasn't really designed with 6v6 in mind, but of course we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to reserve full judgment until I actually play the map itself, obviously. The next map is going to be called Mansion. This is going to be a 2v2 and 3v3 gunfight / face-off map. It's based off the mansion that we saw in the campaign. It looks okay. I mean, gunfight and face-off are fun to play, but I definitely would like to see more 6v6 content. And speaking of 6v6 content, the final map that so far has been announced, and keep in mind, more maps may be coming. For example, Express was never announced for Season 1, then randomly it just kind of came out mid-season. Well, the final map for Season 2 that they've announced is going to be called Miami Strike, which is actually something I'm pretty excited for. It's described as a smaller daytime version of Miami. So picture how there is Crossroads for combined arms, and then there is Crossroads Strike for 6v6. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be a smaller, more fast-paced version of Miami, but it's also going to be set in the daytime, and this does seem to confirm that map variants are going to be returning for Black Ops Cold War, just like we saw back with Black Ops 4. Now, on top of this, we of course have 2 new game modes. We have Stockpile, which is going to be returning. I like Stockpile. It's actually a super good game mode. It was first introduced to us as, I believe, Fracture back in Black Ops 3, and that was a super fun mode, and it's going to be returning here for Black Ops Cold War. And then, of course, we have Combined Arms Hardpoint. What is this? Combined Arms Hardpoint is going to be Hardpoint on Combined Arms maps with 10 teams of 4 fighting for what appears to be a single Hardpoint, and first team to 500 wins. That sounds absolutely insane and absolutely awful, but of course we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Now, finally, we have a new game mode for Warzone called Exfiltration. Basically, there's going to be a radio somewhere on the map, and whoever grabs it and holds onto it for long enough will have an exfil chopper come in and win them the game. But when you have the radio in your hand, you're going to be marked on the map like you have a most wanted contract, so people are going to be coming for you. We'll see how that plays out. I'm not much of a Warzone guy, but I figured I would cover it regardless for those of you who are interested in Warzone. And it's also worth mentioning that with Season 2, we are going to see the return, apparently, of reactive weapons in the form of blueprints. Now, as of right now, we don't know if they're going to be shop-only items, which is most likely, honestly, knowing Activision, or if some of these are going to be earnable on the Battle Pass or be available for challenges or stuff like that. Either way, reactive blueprints are coming. I said since day one that reactive camos should be in Black Ops Cold War because they're fun and they're interesting, though I hope they don't go too crazy with it and devalue Dark Matter and Dark Aether, which is something that we've seen Call of Duty developers do 2 in the past. Now, of course, with the new season, we will have 4 new prestiges, which are showcased right here, and of course, we're also going to have new seasonal challenges, just like we saw back with Season 1. And keep in mind, the seasonal challenges are not timed exclusive like they were back in Modern Warfare 2019. The way Treyarch has described this is once you've unlocked a seasonal challenge, it is there for you forever until you complete it, right? So basically, as long as you get up there and unlock all the seasonal challenges for Season 1, it doesn't matter if you finished all of them, just make sure they're unlocked and you can finish them during Season 2 or Season 3 or Season 6 if you want to. But if you don't unlock them before the end of Season 1, then those challenges go away forever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That pretty much does it for all the news and updates for Season 2. I tried my best to get through this as quickly as possible for you guys. Overall, this looks really good. Although I would like to say, when it comes to 6v6 content, and we talked about this recently on the channel, it looks like 6v6 is going to be suffering a little bit. I do hope that at some point during the mid-season update, they announce that the supposedly leaked maps of Firing Range and Summit will be coming, because that would be fantastic. Right now, I don't care if it's remakes or not, we just need more content for 6v6. Launch day, we're getting the Death Machine, we're getting Gun Game, which that's only going to be cool for a couple of people, and then we're getting the new map in the form of Apocalypse. Right, that's pretty much it for 6v6 normal traditional Call of Duty multiplayer on day 1 of Season 2. And then mid-season, we're getting 1 multiplayer map. Well, I guess technically 2. You count Miami Strike, and then you have Golova, which is a combined arms / 6v6 map. It's described as multi-team. We'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah, we don't really get to see a whole lot of new content with Season 2 for traditional normal 6v6. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But overall, I would like to say that if you look at this from the perspective of the entire game, you know, multiplayer, zombies, as well as Warzone, Season 2 looks pretty good so far, and it definitely has room to improve with mid-season updates. But as always, I'll be here with you guys every step of the way and cross every bridge with you as we get there. But for right now, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback on Season 2 down in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.